He's like, oh yeah, well, I'm an influencer. I needed someone to talk to that might be able to relate.
This man wants to know the truth about his internet girlfriend.
Gorgeous, like dark blue eyes, I believe it would be, right? She's got a gorgeous smile. I've never seen anything like that before.
He's been warned by his friends and mother, yet he still wants the relationship to be true.
And that's when she starts talking about, needing groceries or needing to feed her dogs. My mom was like, just be careful.
Jessica claims to love Ryan, yet the two still haven't met in person.
Study truth, and the truth seems crazy.
Let's see what we can dig up. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
My name's Ryan. I'm actually from Greater Vancouver area in Canada. As for me, I'm a social media influencer. I'm on YouTube, and all I do is just talk about my daily journey of what I'm doing to get myself through the day. Got the van back as it is, so looks like maybe tomorrow we could try and see if we can go out there and start getting some money in again. I just advertise, what my life is about. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Entertain people the best I possibly can about what I'm currently going through. It's a long process, but you know what? I enjoy it because I have subscribers. Well, they keep me going. You know what I mean? Because they know where I'm at. My history with women is not the best. Every single relationship I've had, I've been cheated on. And instead of just dumping me, they cheat, right? Until I catch on. I have been married. She was a nice person. We still talk. We're still friends. We got a son together who's actually getting married. And I think what it was, we just weren't mature enough to see who we really were at the time because I was only in my 20s.
After going through a divorce, Ryan decided to turn to online dating.
I wasn't even looking at dating, to be honest with you. I was just referred to it by a friend of mine who tried it out. And he said it worked out for him. And he was like, I think you really need to find someone. I'm like, well, yeah, I agree, but where do I start? I've been out for so long. And so he told me about TikTok dating, and I was like, eh. So TikTok was just, I don't consider it as a dating site. I just consider it as a site for people out there if you're going to meet. I'm just an internet influencer, and my bio just put my YouTube channel on there. There was nothing to it, and just a bunch of videos showing me cooking and stuff like that, which can be attractive. The ladies with you can admit that. And I think that might have been what attracted this person to me. Of course, I don't know for sure. When she reached out to me, it was just like, hey, how's it going? I was like, hey, cool. You know what? I'm good. How about you? And she was like, fine, good. What do you do for a living? And told her I'm a gig worker. And she's like, oh yeah, well, I'm an influencer. I'm like, well, what kind of influencer? She goes, oh, digital. Well, obviously very attractive. I don't know if it's just blonde or bleach blonde or whatever it is with wavy hair. Gorgeous, like dark blue eyes, I believe it would be, right? She's got a gorgeous smile. Straight teeth. I've never seen anything like that before. She really looks after herself, when it comes down to skin, like what most people would try and do, right? Use the right stuff. The first thing I thought was, is this a person I can trust or not? A hot girl, wearing the stuff that she was wearing. There was nothing illegal or anything like that. It was just like being a lingerie model kind of thing. And I thought, holy smokes, this is nice. She said her birthday just passed. She turned 29. Should I or should I not really try and take the risk on this and just talk? I decided to take the risk. The conversation really sparked up a little bit with at first it was attitude. Well, what do you want? Why are you talking to me like that? And I was like, talking to you like what? That went on for about 3 to 4 days. And then finally she realized I'm not going to be one of those psychopaths that are on the internet. I'm actually a down-to-earth person. And then she started really telling me about what she was really doing. Kind of like on the dirty side of things. I don't really want to say the wording because it's the internet. I tried getting myself to back off. But I felt like that she seems to be the kind of person that really just needs someone to help her out to move in the right direction. And so that's what really attracted me to her and the way she was responding, not just her profile, but the way her response was, it was like she was reaching out for help. And I felt like that I needed someone to talk to that might be able to relate because after all, it's the internet. And that's how everything really took off. Well, the first couple of days when we started talking, it was frequent. I guess I was getting a response for her every 5 minutes. We weren't talking at the time about money or anything like that. We were just talking to each other about what we do for a living. And, after 3 days, we decided to go over to Google Chat. And that's really when things started to heat up. And that's when she started talking about, needing groceries or needing to feed her dogs. And then I asked her for her pictures. She's like, okay, I got one coming to you. Just wait for an hour. I was like, an hour to give me a photo? And she sent me a few, right? And it was the cowgirl stuff. But otherwise, when it comes to her personality, it's hard to know if she's got a really good personality or if she's sour, I guess I could say. I think the one thing that we got in common is just the fact that we like kids. She knows about my kids. She's like, you know what? She goes, I mean, I got a niece and whatever. She never really discussed her actual family. We both like to travel, right? I told her what my plan is. I'm planning, the summer's coming along. I want to go back into van life for a while to enjoy, the mountains, the scenery. And she's like, I love that kind of stuff. And so we got into a discussion regarding that. And I was like, okay, well, if this can work out, maybe we could travel around Canada. We could go around making money. She's like, yeah, I could help you out with doing your delivery, stuff like that. Go to parks and whatnot. So there was huge plan was being done to try and travel, make money, and see everything out there because life is just too short. And bring her dogs along with us. And I was like, okay, cool. See the gorgeous sceneries of Canada, maybe even the U.S., right? But apparently when she had her phone before it supposedly got broken, she tried to do a video chat. She's seeing me, but I couldn't see her, right? And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing on this. I've never done this before. Well, it's not that hard. You just activate it, right? And when she was talking, it was a voiceover.
Study truth, and the Jude seems crazy.
This video was sent to Ryan by Jessica to prove to him that she was real. He was thrown off by something about the video, but he still continued to communicate with her. And Ryan was thrown for a loop when he found revealing images of Jessica all over the internet.
I actually told my mom about her because the kind of stuff which I've seen on the internet with her, my mom's got a bit of a background with doing that kind of stuff too, right? She used to do Playboy. I was a kid when that was happening, and I'm telling you, as soon as I started seeing these pictures of her popping up on there, I brought back a memory to when I was a child. I was like, wow, right? So when I seen that, I was like, hey, Ma, she's doing the same thing as you. She's like, what? And she's like, holy smokes, really? And I was like, yes, she apparently is doing that. I don't know for sure. My mom was like, just be careful. My mom doesn't know the internet. She's like, well, who is this person? What's she trying to do? She asks questions because she sees what I've been through in the past, and she doesn't want to see me get hurt again. And she's like, did she ask for money? And I go, yeah, but I kept on turning her down. I'm not going to budge, even though I have a few times, I'll be honest with you. My mom just said, no more. You don't want to be any more hurt than you already have been. She said that if this person ends up being real, then she would like to see me to be happy. If this works out, if she's real, then sure, I'd like to meet her because they could compare backgrounds, like what lingerie stuff and stuff like that. Because it's a female thing, right? But yeah, she'll be happy if I'm happy. And that's the kind of person she is. If I'm not happy, she's not happy. Early January, we were talking about what the future could hold for us, how long it would be before we could actually meet, be together in person. That's when it really started heating up because we were talking about me traveling to go to her first. The way she was talking, she was agreeing with things, and she would come up with ideas of saying, well, maybe we can do this. And then she started talking about within the next couple of years, we could get married. I was like, a couple of years, eh? Interesting. Okay. And then she put on her profile, I have a fiance. Yeah, so every single day has been about that, but lately it's been a little bit more heated regarding money. It turned from being kind of like a romance to trying to help support her. The first time was for a Christmas gift. She's like, it's Christmas, you can give your girlfriend a Christmas gift. She's like, well, how am I supposed to do that? I mean, originally she was asking me for like, a Steam card, and then she was asking me for a Google card. She kept on going and going and going. And I tried changing the topic. She kept on saying, so are you going to send the money or what? And she started getting blunt about it. I did cave. I said, okay, well, here's 40. She gave me a PayPal address. So I figured, what the hell? I'm going to send it through the local one. And it actually went through. That's basically how it worked. Originally, it was just for her to get something for Christmas. And then the second time was for her to apparently get heels to go to a pastry store in her town. It was just basically, can you do me a favor, babe? And I was like, hey, sure, what? She goes, can you send me $40? I'm like, well, what for? She goes, well, I want to go out there and buy some heels for New Year's. Don't you already have heels? She goes, I don't like those kind of heels. I want something that's more respectable to be out there with. And so she convinced me. So I was like, oh, okay, fine. You want the heel stuff? And so I went through e-transfer. And she's like, oh, you sent me this much? I'm like, well, you said this much, so I give you that much. No big deal. And, she's like, okay, I got it. Thank you very much. I was like, yeah, no problem. And, and she kept on saying, oh, I love you so much and this and that. And I was like, oh, did you go out? No, I stayed home. But you wanted heels. No, I decided to stay home. I caved in a little bit, right? Just because I just felt like being nice. After that, she was talking about something to do with trying to get a flight. And that wasn't that long ago. She's been, about a month ago or so, she's been saying, well, I want to come out there and see it. She goes, oh, well, how much can you give? How much do you need? I go, look, I don't just give out anything. I need to know exact amounts. I need to know what you have so I know what I can afford to give. I need this much. Okay, so $100. So I was like, okay, done deal. And then she goes, oh, I'm kind of short. Huh? She goes, yeah, I'm kind of short. The prices went up. I went ahead and did that. And she goes, I'm short $180. Right? Because that's what flights do. They go up, right? Because she was claiming she was trying to book it at the last second instead of trying to book weeks in advance. Right? And it said it's cheaper if you book it 2 or 3 weeks in advance. She kept saying, no, I want to book it now. So that was, 2 weeks ago when she tried that.
Ryan ended up sending money for plane tickets, but Jessica would never show up. At this point, she had asked for gifts, shoes, multiple plane tickets, and even a phone. This is when he reached out to us to verify who this person in these images really was.
I don't know the full truth about her. The way the communications have been, we just seem to have good conversations. So that's pretty much the reason why I'm doing it. Like if it was a bad conversation, I would say forget it, goodbye. But that's what's been keeping me around with it. It's just we're able to talk, asking me about my mom and seeing how she's doing, asking me if I've eaten, and how are things going, just general conversations. This is different. It just feels different, like she shows concern. She's not, basing everything around money. I haven't seen any red flags. I could be missing them. If she was real, I would be like, holy smokes, okay, let's keep on talking then, and let's, book a time to meet. It'd be nice to know I'm talking to a legit person.
All right, Seekers, it was time to get to work. We wanted to answer all of Ryan's questions. Who is this person in these photos, and is the profile he's communicating with valid? Ryan was able to send us chats he had with Jessica, a video she sent to him, her email, and tons of photos. So we began to look into everything. After a day of running searches, our team felt we were ready to give him the truth. But before we go any further, we want to let you know that we are now casting for new stories. If you or anyone you know are looking to know the truth about the person you've met online, don't hesitate to reach out to us at sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. We can find the answers you've been looking for. Make sure you stick around until the end. We'll break down how easy it is to create a deepfake.
On the original video, if you watch this one, it's just a little more natural with the movement.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And give Ryan the truth about Jessica. If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much. It was now time to sit down with Ryan and go over everything that we had found.
How are you feeling about going into this today?
I'm kind of nervous, but I'm also looking forward to either a closure or a continuation. It just depends on results, really. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm so used to doing this kind of stuff, dealing with people, but I'll be honest with you, my situation here is very unique.
But this is more of like a connection that you're curious about.
Yeah, it really is. I just want to know whether or not I'm dealing with someone that isn't going to hurt me in the long run. Well, of course, it's hurt me short term, right? But not as bad as what I thought it would, because I'm being able to control a situation here. But on the contrary, emotionally, it's a complete different story. It's taken me down quite a bit.
What's making you feel like it could be real?
I was talking to her last night too, and the conversation was just like as if I was talking to just a real person. I don't know. It's just the way she talks.
What's your intuition telling you?
It's not really saying much. I don't think it's going to tell me anything until I know what you guys found. And then my intuition can lead me from there.
Does her being attractive make you want this to be true?
I've never been a person for looks. I've always been the kind of person for just the personality, right? Looks aren't everything. I have been with people that aren't the most attractive, but I look at the way that they look at me as a person. Don't get me wrong, like seeing her as attractive, that can play a role. On TikTok, that's originally what attracted me, was saying, wow, she's gorgeous. Maybe I'll try and get a hold of her, right? But in reality, in life, I don't normally look at the way the person looks. I look at saying, well, if you're going to respect me, I'm going to respect you right back. But in this situation, I'll admit it, she's gorgeous. That's the first thing you're going to get to see as a person of what they look like. And you want to reach out to them to see what their personality is going to be like, to see whether or not you could continuously keep on talking to them, right? But I've never heard her voice. No, there's been no video chat, no nothing. So it's all been text. So I could only go by her pictures.
Well, the first thing that we want to talk about is this video that you sent us. It's like a selfie of her and she's just talking to the camera.
Is that the truth? And the dude seems crazy.
We were able to locate where that video came from. When we looked into it, we found that video that you received was actually altered from the original video.
Did you sense something off about the video?
I did right away, because the voice was off. And when she was talking, you could tell it was also a partial conversation. And right away I was like, what? I was like, what are you sending me here? You really think I'm that stupid? I wasn't born yesterday.
Did you ever question her on the video?
I did, yeah. And she goes, oh, it must have been just some kind of a glitch. I don't know what happened there. It shouldn't have happened that way. I was like, yeah, okay. So I responded, look, I use video editors. I'm not stupid. I know how it works. But then I also know that sometimes there can be software glitches, because I use Filmora 12 and mine has done that, right? And my subscribers would reach out to me and say, hey, look, man, your voice is off. I was like, whoops. So
what we did was we played the video. We took screenshots throughout the video and then ran reverse image searches. And then we were able to find where this video came from, and it came from a TikTok account.
So what this person did was they ran it through an app. There's a ton of them that you can get on your iPhone or on Android, and you can just alter the photo and make it say whatever you want. So this one was taken and probably put into like a $5 or $10 app that you can get on your phone. You can just type in some words and make this person, say whatever you want. On the original video, if you watch this one, it's just a little more natural with the movement.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So we looked into the email. We didn't find any information there because it was either newly created or it hasn't been linked to any social media profiles.
That's right.
This person that you're talking to, we couldn't find anything that pinpointed to this woman, Chloe Nicole, which is the real person in these images, being behind asking you for money or writing you every single day. This person that you're speaking to is no doubt a romance scammer. The real person, Chloe Nicole, has nothing to do with this. Brienne was able to locate her OnlyFans, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. She's a very public person, and all of her accounts are very active. I'm sorry to say it, man, but this isn't real.
You know what? No hair fall off my chest. You know, it's just I was testing the waters the whole time.
Something that you had mentioned, you were sending funds and it was not overseas. I don't know if you're familiar with what a money mule is.
Yes, yeah.
So the thing with money mules is that they can be anywhere. They can be in the United States, they can be in Africa, they can be in China, they can be in Canada. Anyone that you haven't met face to face on a live video chat, it's a huge red flag. And then they're asking you to send money to people that you've never met, whether it's in our country or in another country. It's still a person that you don't know. And so for that reason, just being mindful and being careful moving forward. You know, you decide to talk to someone online, they have a million reasons why they can't video chat with you, but they want you to send money to this person that you don't know. You know, just be careful out there and watch the red flags.
I'm what they would consider as part of the gullible part of the population, where it's like when you see something, you want it because you've been alone for so long. Because, you know, I've been single for 6 years, right? So it kind of was getting to me. And yeah, I kind of let my gullibility get in the way of it.
So I just want to touch on why Chloe's identity was stolen in this case. The reason why they use OnlyFans models is because of the large database of photos that they have on their OnlyFans and Twitter and Instagram. Another reason why is because of the revealing photos that they have. You know, they work on a guy that is looking for an attractive person. Obviously, you mentioned that she caught your eye. Were you getting those types of images a lot?
She sent me so many different kinds of images, even her Playboy ones and everything. I was like, whoa, it attracted me, but I was very skeptical from the start. I actually showed my mom the stuff because of her background. Immediately, my mom said, red flag, just like what you guys just said.
Ryan, you're young. I don't see how you would have any problems getting out there and dating someone locally that you can meet face to face. We talk about this all the time. There are a lot of scammers out there on the internet that are posing to be someone that they're not. And you can get out there, you can go find somebody locally or in your neighborhood that you can meet face to face and that you can talk to and date. Have you explored any of that?
I've tried eHarmony and everything else, and I was running into the same red flags everywhere, right? So I just figured this is the last draw. I think I'm going to be taking quite a break for quite a while after this, you know, until things get sorted out on my end. And because, you know, things out here are pretty hectic here in Canada right now. I might try and go for a long vacation. I'm not going to run into the corner and start crying about it or anything like that. I'm just going to move forward and block her on absolutely everything possible. I'm just going to stay single for a while, you know, and just move on in life and try to enjoy it, look after my mom and try and move forward.
Just don't give up, man. There's somebody out there for you. All right.
I never give up. You never know what tomorrow holds, right? It's a whole new ballgame, right? So, you know what? I just love your guys' content. You know, like you guys have given me so much, you know, motivation towards things, you know, learning how to look out at things, stuff I've never noticed before. You guys have done an awesome job with everyone. But you guys did the extensive research, helped out, and now I know what I got to do. Whoever watches you guys, use them, you know, because you guys rock. In my view, you guys really do.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always try, you know, if I was down on myself about everything, my mom's next door should be pounding on the door telling me to smarten up. So, have a good one.
See
All
you,
right,
Ryan.
thanks, Ryan.